もちろんインゴットに目がくらまなかったといえば嘘が過ぎますがな。
Yeah.
私も今よりは若かったものですから。
Yeah.
その後、彼女は
しばらくの療養の後、後宮家の使いの方が来て、小田原に移すとおっしゃいましてな。
Uh-oh.
引き取られていきました。
What?
おじい様が自分で迎えに行ったわけではないのですか？
Wait, where was Kinzo at that point? Wasn't he gonna be with BJ like the entire time while she was being treated?
金蔵がどう六軒島の事件を言い訳したにせよ、しばらくの間は自由には動けなかっただろうよ。
Also, there was another topic that I want to bring up here in regards to this whole thing. Let's I mean, not to discredit Kinzo and what he's saying over here. I'm not saying that what Kinzo is telling us about the story of Biche has like he's lying to us like straight. But it is still Kinzo. It could very well be that from his perspective he's telling the story with some rose tinted glasses and such. So it is something to take into account that maybe like while all that may end up being true, Kinzo is romanticizing. He may be romanticizing the story a little bit more. Who knows? I guess it is up to us to determine like how it played out exactly. Like if all that is true, if some details have been changed or not, that is something for us to think about.
ですな。軍をごまかすのが金蔵さんの人生で一番の大勝負だったと言っておりましたな。
ベアトリーチェは小田原に行って、それから
使われていない別荘の一つにかくまったと聞いています。当時の金蔵さんにはもう家族がおられましたからな。そこはうまくやられたのでしょうな。
クワドリアン以前から二重生活はお手の物だったというわけだ。
何してるんですか？
Like preemptive dodging there, Leon? Like, did you have like future vision? Like, did you know that Leon was gonna come after your ass?
お尻におできでも？それからベアトリーチェはおじい様の保護で別荘でいつまでも
平穏につつましやかに暮らしたと聞きます。それから数年の後、彼女に子供が生まれましてな。
Okay.
クワドリアンのベアトリーチェの誕生か。
出産がうまくいかなかったそうで、お気の毒なことです。
まさか亡くなったんですか？
I guess she died at birth, didn't she?
驚くな。金蔵は娘を生まれ変わりと信じたんだぞ。心をないがしろにするんじゃねえ。推理は可能だ。
そうですね。失礼。
私は金蔵さんが彼女と過ごされた小田原の数年間を知りません。しかしその後の今日までの金蔵さんを見れば、ほんの数年間であっても彼がいかに彼女を深く愛したか伺い知ることができるでしょう。
そうですね。
そして娘のためにクワドリアンを作ったというわけか。
金蔵さんは潜水艦の黄金を元手に巧みに立ち回り、たちまちのうちに財産を築き上げていきました。
You know, I had the one idea in mind, like a little bit before right here. Like I was thinking that Biche and Kinzo actually stayed on the island. Now, excluding the whole thing with, well, actually, they could have just gone to Nanjo to help Biche and then come over here on Rokkenjima to hide themselves, like right away. And thus, Biche also lived in the Quadorian mansion after it was built. But no, apparently they both stayed in Odawara, and the mansion was built entirely for the new Beatrice, for Quadorian Beatrice.
また持ち前の英語力を生かし GHQ に強いコネクションを作ってみるみるうちに大富豪となられたのです。この辺はリオンさんに説明する必要はありますまい。
ええ、その莫大な財産で六軒島を買い取り屋敷を建てます。小田原の親族たちは無人島を丸ごと買い取ったおじいさまを酔狂だと笑ったそうです。
10トンの黄金がポケットに収まる大きさだったなら金蔵も島を買わなかったろうよ。
He hid the gold somewhere in Rokkenjima, built up a fortune with the ingots he'd taken out of it, and then bought up the whole treasure island. Also, another comment that I want to make in this is that, surprisingly, the story that Kinzo told us, it was not that magical. You think that you would have some magical elements being thrown in there, but apparently not. It was as real as it can be. What with war and how they met and the gold and such. It was surprisingly like on the like a realistic side of things. And it kind of makes me think, like, in that case, how did the whole magic thing start? Because, like, one random thought that I'm having right over here is in regards to Beatrice's dress. Like, where did that come from in that case? But it can very well be that Beatrice's, like, iconic dress may have come from when both Kinzo and Biche lived in Odawara, since, well, they had to go back to Kinzo's family, and thus they lived, like, hidden but at the same time as, like, you know, the rich family. So that might have been where Biche gotten the dress. That, or it could very well have started with Quadorian Beatrice, like Kinzo decided to make a dress for Quadorian Beatrice when she grew up, and that was the first time that you have Beatrice's iconic dress. But in regards to the magic stuff, that is something that I'm pretty interested in hearing still. Like, yeah, who knows? Maybe while Kinzo and Biche lived in Odawara, then Biche started talking about her life, like what she liked and such, and one of them was basically magic. So that fascinated Kinzo like so much, he took an interest in that as well. And it was when Biche died, then it became the obsession that we know of, thus, like today, with how much Kinzo is trying to use magic to revive Beatrice and such. So yeah, it could very well have stemmed from when they lived in Odawara. Like, how long have they lived to, like, how long have they lived together until Biche gave birthday to Quadorian Beatrice? Yeah.
ですな。そして後宮家の黄金伝説が始まるのです。
インゴットには片翼のワシが刻印されていたと聞くが。
片翼のワシというよりは片翼に見えてしまうワシというべきでしょうな。
それはどういう意味ですか？
ヨーロッパに多いでしょう。翼を広げたワシを紋章にしたものは
Yeah.
サロ共和国の国旗にもわしが、いやいや、鷹でしたかなが刻まれています。
刻印が薄かった、あるいは粗雑だったということか。
そうです。戦時下の粗雑な刻印でした。本来は翼を広げたわしの紋章が刻印されるべきだったのでしょう。それがちょうど斜めに断ち切ったように半分薄れて消えていたのです。
翼を広げたわしが半分消えて、それが片翼のわしに見えた。
Huh.
金蔵は自分の運命を大きく変えたベアトリーチェの黄金に片翼のわしを見て、それを自分の紋章とすることを決めたに違いあるまい。
Kinzo thought the seal on the gold of Beatrice looked like a one-winged eagle. That must be why he decided to make that his own. Ah, okay. So from there it started to, like, with the one-winged eagle on the gold ingot, it started the whole thing with using it for the family as well as his own crest for clothing and such.
果たして正しく刻印されていたなら、それは共和国旗の鷹だったのか、それともまさか相当の、いやいや、そんなまさか。あの莫大な黄金の山の前で金蔵さんと杯を傾け合いながら黄金ロマンで夜を明かすのはなかなかに楽しいことでした。もっとも金蔵さんはその刻印から黄金の出所を探られることを嫌いましてな。外部に持ち出す黄金にはわざわざ自分の片翼のわしをデザインした別の刻印を打ち直していたようですが。
お前には見せるだけだったのか。金蔵もケチだな。
無論大富豪になった後、金蔵さんは再び私のもとへ訪れ、未払いだった治療費をしっかり払ってくれましたとも。治療費にはちと多すぎましたのでな。ちゃんとお釣りを払いましたが。
それ以来おじい様と交流を。
そうです。金蔵さんは私が秘密を守ってベアトリーチェをかくまったことをことのほか深く感謝してくれましてな。
おじい様はかつての小田原の親族たちは欲深の嘘つきばかりだとおっしゃっていました。南條先生の義理堅さが嬉しかったに違いありません。おじい様のような方がどうしてあなたにだけは心を開いたのかわかる気がします。
私にも多少の異国趣味とチェスの趣味がありましてな。金蔵さんとは以来意気を統合しまして、こうして細々と、しかし気づけば随分と長くお付き合いをさせてもらっています。
大きな金を扱うやつほど小さな金にもきっちりしてる。治療費以上をもらおうとしなかったあんたの律儀さに惹かれるところもあったんだろうよ。
とんでもない。大きなお金に怯えてしまっただけです。
You are afraid that you will be caught by the countries, that you'll be whisked away because of all the gold that you took.
後になってから後悔しましたとも。どうにも昔から肝が小さいものでしてな。
そんなことはね。肝は十分に不定さ。
そうでしょうか。お世辞でも嬉しいですな。
政治じゃねえ。
After Kinzo dies, Nanjo is complicit in keeping his death a secret for at least a whole year. Of course, Natsuki must have given him a fairly hefty sum of hush money. All the same, he's at least gutsy enough to withstand the pressure from Kinzo's children for that amount of time, without slipping it up once.
大した肝っ玉じゃねえか。義理がたいのがお前の性分なんだろうよ。
それしか取り柄がないものでして。
おじい様は良い友人に恵まれたと思います。おじい様にとってベアトリーチェという女性がどれほど人生の大部分を占めてきたか分かった気がします。
何も分かってなんかいねえ。ベアトリーチェを誰が殺したか、それが分からなきゃ俺たちはいつまでもここから出られねえ。
I mean, you cannot say that we haven't learned anything. It is as you said. The heart is what matters as well.
そうでしたね。
It can be of use to us, somehow.
早く終わらせなければ葬儀はもう終わっているのですからね。
ちげえな。葬儀なんだこれがな。
私たちのさせられていることがですか？
これまでに聞いたどのベアトリーチェも殺されてなどいない。それを俺たちが殺されたことにしようとしている。ベルンカステルにとってはこれこそが本当の葬儀なんだ。
誰も殺されたことを知らない。それを私たちが暴こうとしている。
お前つくづく察しがいいな。仮想の駒と話してるとは思えん。俺のワトソン役として与えられた駒だからか。いって
相棒を駒呼ばわりとは失礼な方です。さあ次は何を？ウィラード・ホームズ？
捜査の基本は聞き込みだろ。まだ聞くべきベアトリーチは残っている。
To indicate who they should talk to next, Will nodded in the direction of George, Jessica, and Maria. Hey there, kids. Maria seemed to be lecturing the others about something.
へえ、すごいんだね、ベアトリーチェは。
Yeah, I feel like if we were to learn something about the current Beatrice, Maria would be our best option here.
伏せたカップの中にね、魔法でキャンディーをいっぱい生み出してくれたの。
伏せたカップの中に？そりゃすげえぜ。確かに魔法だ。
マリアちゃんは魔女とか魔法とかそういうものが大好きですから。
魔女の権威に話を聞かないわけにはいかねえな。
If looking for someone to ask about Beatrice, Maria would rise to the top of the list. The Beatrice she spoke of wasn't the real Beatrice spoken of by Kenzo and the others. Yeah, indeed. No doubts about that. However, on the Ragamijima of 1996, the being that the name Beatrice referred to was probably the Beatrice that Maria always talked about.
バトラの姿が見えないな。
Ushiromiya Beller, the one who was made to fight as Beatrice's opponent in many games, and the most important person in this game and this tale. Yeah, that is a good point. We don't see Beller like at all. We haven't seen Beller like at all throughout this funeral. It kind of makes me think, because, okay, before I was going with the idea that Shannon / Sayo may be the person from 19 years ago, with the whole baby and Nazi thing. And in this particular game, we see Leon. So it makes me think that Leon is actually the baby from 19 years ago. The one that in this game, Natsuhi actually accepted the baby instead of throwing the baby off the cliff with the serpent and such. So of course, because of that, the life of the person from 19 years ago would change in a different way. I guess that would mean that, in a way that I cannot really explain it, Shannon, or I guess in this case Leon, wouldn't really have like that much of a connection to Battler. Thus, she wouldn't she wouldn't be going for any murder and such. But what about Battler though? Like, something must have happened in this game to make him not return to the family at this point, whereas in the other tales, he did return to the family. This is a new spin on it, cause we do know from the previous games that Battler basically didn't think much of the promise from 13 years ago. He didn't think that Shannon slash Saya would actually take that seriously. So he didn't think much of it, and thus that would be his sin. So yeah, like I don't know, like I'm still gonna have to think about this. Like, why didn't Battler come back to the family at this point? Or maybe he did come back to the family. It's just that I don't know. Maybe he got sick this year, similar to Angie. A Battler in this world would probably be the peace version. But even so, it should be possible to get some vital information out of him. Will probably wanted to talk with Battler too, but he was nowhere to be seen in the cousins group. Oh. Will probably wanted to talk with Battler as well. Okay, so he is around here, or rather, he came back to the family. Okay.
バトラ君は今回の葬儀には欠席しています。最も年の近いいとことして残念です。
Can you tell us why he didn't come to the funeral?
仲はいいのか？
ええ、もちろん。
バトラが何かスケベな出現をするたびに尻をつねってるんだろ？
Probably.
おや、よくご存知で。
I mean, it did seem like Leon has some experience in pinching some good butts. And, well, I guess the first victim would be Battler. Or rather, who knows if Battler is Leon's first victim.
推理は可能でしたか？
バトラに同情する。
It is the way you pinch Willard that makes him think that you have some experience in that. But Cassell said that everything was gathered here. Since Battler isn't here, that probably means it's possible to find out everything without asking for his side of the story. Or maybe she's intentionally hiding the core elements and making us take the long way around, as part of some fickle witch's game.
いねえってことは、とりあえず今は奴の話を聞く必要はねえってことだろう。マリアたちに話を聞こう。スケベな話はしねえからな。
ならほんの少し言葉を選ぶだけでいいのに。
Yeah, especially with Maria. With a roguish smile, Leon pinched the air, index finger against middle.
おや、次期当主様だぜ。
Yeah, I'm still thinking why Battler didn't come here. Like, it could very well be just as easy as, well, Ben Costello didn't want a Battler, like on the board, just as the story was telling us right here. Maybe Battler had so much information on him, like asking him would be too easy, so they had to remove Battler from the game board and such. Maybe it's just as easy as that, but nah. I would like to think of some other options as well, so I guess we shall see.
クソジジイの介護はもういいのかよ。
I see. So Jessica is also a victim of Leon's mastery of pitching butt cheeks. At least Leon is impartial. No mercy, even for Jessica. I felt a bit gratified.
そうか。
I see. Swinging for both sides, eh?
クラウスの子で次期当主ということは、ジェシカは妹に当たるんだな。
You were so used to Jessica being an only child that, though the scuffle between the two looked perfectly natural, something didn't feel quite right about it. Yeah, it's also gonna be the first time that we're gonna see like a dynamic between Jessica and Leon that will feel natural, but at the same time, it's quite surprising to me as well. I feel the same way as Will.
ジェシカ、もう少し妹らしい言葉遣いはできないのかい？ついでに言うと、もう少し年頃の女性らしい言葉遣いにも気をつけてみるべきだね。あと、次期当主様なんて呼び方は嫌いだっていつも言ってるよ。
うせえぜ。私は私らしく生きちゃら。次期当主様みてえにお上品に生きてたら息が詰まっちまわ。やめて、つねんないで。妹いじめ、変態、反対、痛い痛い。
ジェシカ、
Jesus, you just KO'd her there.
お客様もいらしているというのに、どうして君はそういう言葉遣いなんだ？また母さんに言いつけられたいかな？
あれはあれで仲睦まじいな。
The little animation there.
リオンは次期当主として火の打ちどころのない素晴らしい人だからね。ま、素晴らしすぎてジェシカちゃんの気持ちもちょっぴりわかるかな。
Yeah, she definitely like Leon is definitely taking a bit from Nazi, that's for sure.
何をしても比較される。だからグレると。
Yeah, and that is a thing. Nazi, like in the back of her mind, sees Leon in a more favorable way in the sense that Leon is acting royally and such, is acting like how a future heir is supposed to act, and I guess because of that, Jessica is feeling envious of that as well.
もしジェシカちゃんが一人っ子として生まれてたら、きっと落ち着きのある深層の霊場になってたと思う。
Yeah,
それは面白い想像だね。
it is, I guess.
安心しろ。あの性格は一人っ子でも変わらね
Yeah, you can trust us on that.
ジョージお兄ちゃん、この人誰？
あなたとは初対面ですよね。でも後ろ宮家にはお詳しそうだ。僕はジョージ、彼女はマリア。よろしく。
Hello there, George, Maria. I'm just gonna pretend as if this is the first time that I'm seeing it, guys. Oh, look at you, you little adorable little munchkin. I'm gonna pinch your cheeks here.
ウィルだ。ベアトリーチェについて調べている。知っていることを聞かせてほしい。
ベアトリーチェ？
Yeah.
ほらね、ベアトリーチェはいるの。
Though Maria looks hostile towards this unfamiliar man. As soon as she heard the name of the witch she loved pass his lips, her eyes began to sparkle. Yeah. Maria, she can be quite an easy book to open, as long as you have the right key. That right key being Beatrice.
ほら、マリアちゃん。お客様にちゃんとご挨拶をしないと。
こんにちは。後ろ宮マリアと申します。
Hello there, Miss Ushiromiya Maria.
ベアトリーチェを知ってる人がいて嬉しい。握手。
Handshake!
うん。
Maria suddenly stuck out her small hand, and Will reached out for it reflexively. As soon as he did, he felt a bright light seeping out from the gap between their hands. Ah. This reminds me of last time when the same kind of blue light happened between Kinzo and Will. So maybe we're gonna go through through another story time with Maria this time. The theater-going power that Benacastel had given him had affected Maria.
ベアトリーチェはね、六軒島の魔女なの。いつもね、マリアが六軒島に来るたびに一緒に遊んでくれるの。マリアのね、一番のお友達で、マリアージュ・ソルシエールの仲間なの。
The light grew brighter and brighter. And this time, he could feel himself being drawn into Maria's world. Okay. This is something that I've been thinking of a little bit in this episode. You know, this is answer arcs. And, you know, the idea of us exploring Kinzo's past and seeing his young self and the first time he met Biche, it is quite great. But I don't know, like, remember when I talked about this stuff in the question arcs of how some stuff will be left open to interpretation and we're not going to be able to get all of our answers from the story, and it can very well be that we're not going to get like all of our answers from the story, which is good. That it leads us to fill the dots and such. But I don't know, I just like, while we are going through this entire thing and learning some stuff, I just don't, like, a part of me doesn't want it to feel like we're getting all the answers right over here. Like we're being spoon-fed all of our answers right over here, so I don't know, I guess we should think about this like after a while. Like I am definitely curious to see Maria's role and such, but I don't know, I guess a part of the magic of this is for us to determine it ourselves and figure out our own answers and such. So I guess we shall see. I am Mushiromiya Maria. My mama is Rosa. My papa, I don't have a papa. I think I remember mama showing me a picture long ago and saying, "This is your papa." It was a picture of a man with a dark suntan on a beach, wearing a swimsuit. Later on, when I learned what papa meant, I asked mama to show me that picture again, but she said there wasn't any photo like that. But there was. I drew a picture of it and showed it to mama. And when I did, she got really mad and said that photo didn't exist, or that if it did, she had already thrown it away. Yeah. Figured that would be the reaction. Ever since then, she kept saying that I didn't have a papa.
知ってる？パパとママがいないと赤ちゃんができないって言われてるけど、それは嘘なんだよ。
少女解体か。
見よ、乙女が身ごもって男の子を産むであろう。その名はインマヌエルなり。マリアはもし男の子に生まれていたなら、それが名前だったかもしれない。
マタイ伝1章20節。
違うよ、23節。20節はかくてこれらを思い巡らすとき、御使いが夢に現れていった。ダビデの子ヨセフよ、妻マリアを迎えることを恐れるな。その腹に宿る者は精霊によるものなり。
Okay. But while he fought on these things, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a dream. saying, Joseph, thou son of David, fear not take unto thee Mary thy wife, for that which is conceived in her is of the Holy Ghost. Yeah, you know, it is a little bit difficult for me to interpret what is being said over here. Sorry, Maria.
お前の父親は精霊だというわけだ。
That your father is the Holy Ghost.
パパがいるのが当たり前だとみんなに言われた。パパがいないなんておかしい、変な子だ、かわいそうな子だと言われた。でもママに聞いてもパパなんかいない、知らない、存在しないと言われた。聞くだけで怒られて叩かれた。だからマリアは自分が誰から生まれたかよくわからなくなった。マリアは人間として正しくない、未熟で不正な存在。みんなとは違う、おかしな、かわいそうな子だと気がついた。
親も他人も関係ねえ。お前はお前だ。
それを未熟な幼児に教えるのはきっと難しかったろうね。ひょっとしたら幼稚園の先生はいじめられて泣く私にそう諭してくれたのかもしれない。でもそんな慰めでは私の心の空白、疑問、どんな言葉も私の疑問に答えてはくれなかった。
その疑問に答えたのがザ・ブックだというのか。
神父様がね、来たの。
A priest? I think his sermon was part of a class to enrich our minds. To most of us kids, it was no different from an ordinary fairy tale a teacher could have told us. No. It was harder to understand, and I think that made us bored. Then, at the end, the priest said something important.
神は何でも知っているか。
うん。だからマリアは聞いた。マリアにはママしかいない。パパはない。パパがなくてもマリアはママから生まれてきた。それはおかしくて悲しいことなのって。
And the priest taught me. He said there was nothing strange about a child having no papa. After all, Jesus Christ was born of a virgin. And the one who gave birth to him was the Blessed Virgin, Maria. I was surprised. Maria, the name I was given, was the answer all along. Aww.
だからマリアはびっくりして神父様に聞き直したの。聖母マリアは一人で赤ちゃんが産めたんだって。じゃあマリアも一人で赤ちゃんが産めるのって。
神父は何と答えた？
聖母マリアが赤ちゃんを身ごもれたのは聖霊のおかげだからって。マタイ伝一節20章講談。その腹に宿るものは聖霊によるものなり。またまたマリアはびっくりした。これはどういうことだと思う？
お前はこう解釈した。後ろ宮マリアには人間の父はいない。本当の父は聖霊だと。
Regardless of what the Bible actually meant, the young sad girl who had lost her sense of identity because of her lack of a father had finally created a way to understand herself.
それを知ったとき、私はなぜ他の子たちと自分だけが違うのかを理解したの。私をバカにするみんなはヨセフの子。でも私だけは違った。私は みんなより劣ってなんかいない。私は神の子、精霊の子だった。帰ってママに話したよ。マリアにはパパなんていない。ママはママで、マリアは神様の力で生まれてきたんだよって。
It was probably painful for Rosa whenever Maria asked about her father. Why do I have no papa, when everyone else has a papa and mama? Every time she was asked this, Rosa flew into a rage and changed the subject. And now, somehow or other, Maria had independently found an explanation that satisfied her. She had no papa. She was a child of mama and God. It isn't too difficult to imagine that Rosa, after hearing the explanation the young girl had found in the Bible, might have gone along with it as though it were true.
ベアとは宇宙を生み出す最小の人数を2人だと言った。
You know, like if you were to apply that to what is being said, yeah. You need Rosa and you need Maria. There is no Papa. So technically you created a world with just two.
私はこれを両親がいないと子はなせないという意味だと感じた。その時、私は思ったの。ベアとは魔女だけれど、人間から生まれた魔女なんだって。ベアとは精霊の子じゃない。でも私は違う。ママだけから生まれた。精霊から生まれた。ベアとは私と一緒じゃなきゃ宇宙を作れない。でも私は、神は我らと共にある。私一人でも精霊と共に宇宙が作れる。
Oh. So you and the Holy Ghost.
ベアとは私を原初の魔女と呼んだ。そしてやがては一人で全てを生み出せる造物主になれるよと言ってくれた。
This is something that, yeah, I actually never thought of it before when it comes to Maria's title as the Witch of Origins. The Origins part may also be referencing her birth as well, and the whole Holy Ghost thing. That's a nice little interpretation.
私が一人で無から有を創造する。それをベアトが無限に膨らませる。園児はそれを受け継ぎ、語り広げる魔女の使徒だった。
マリアージュ・ソルシエルか。
1と無限は大きく違う。だからベアトは偉い。でも無と有の前には1も無限も同じ有でしかない。私は世界で一番の魔女。世界で一番偉い造物主になることを約束されていた子。マリアージュ・ソルシエールはそんな私を温める卵の巣。私は後ろ宮マリア、神と共にあるマリア。
If we liken Maria's sense of identity to a universe, then this endless stream of words coming from her might be like the Big Bang. She spent so long tormented over how to interpret her lack of a father. Then, by chance, she saw a line in the Bible that seemed to affirm her existence, and she finally formed an understanding of herself. Okay, so, you know, this is something that, like, while I may not be I don't know, like a connoisseur of of religious interpretations and such, I did also liken the idea of the Golden Land being heaven at some point. Like that is another interpretation of how you view the Golden Land. Thus, most of Maria's answers that made her who she is and made her feel more comfortable about herself stemmed from, well, religion, basically. Like, she is well fond of religion as well, because he had soothed her heart in harsh times as well.